Agradezco mucho por estar aquí conmigo. En este día vamos a hablar de la señora Norma Torres. Ya ustedes, la mayoría, saben del caso de ella, pero la única diferencia de este día de que esta transmisión va a ser en inglés. Okay. Les agradecería si lo comparten. Mi idea es de que llegue a más gente en los Estados Unidos. Tal vez la gente americana la ve, algún congresista, no sé, y que entiendan un poquito más lo que está ocurriendo, ¿verdad? Y bueno, esta música está para una buena plática, así la vamos a usar en nuestro día. Ok, y nos vamos acá, pero me voy a hacer más pequeño para que me puedan ver. Estamos, yo creo que me pueden ver. Ok, hace ya casi como, bueno, una semana y algo, que empezó esta señora congresista Norma Torres a querer sacar beneficio y raja política de ciertos, de la emigración de los centroamericanos a los Estados Unidos. Pero en el proceso ese, pues se está aprovechando, se está riendo, se está poniendo el nombre del Salvador en mal, ¿verdad? Especialmente al del Salvador, al presidente del Salvador. Red 77, I do not speak English. I am sorry, my friend. Ok, bueno, y empezamos. Hello, my name is Alex Navarro. I'm a citizen of United States and also a citizen of El Salvador. I got dual citizenship. I live in California. Fortunately, I'm not from District 35. I would not like to be represented by the lady Norma Torres. Now, this whole issue is this. This lady, who's supposed to be, I don't know if she was assigned to the migration of these people because she was Latin or Latina. She's from Guatemala. She came to the United States, I believe, when she was a little girl. But I believe she has forgotten her roots or who she really is. And she seems to be going against helping the Latin community and making it sound like El Salvador in particular has a drug and dictatorship problem, which I'm here to tell you that is not the case. That is not the truth. Okay. In El Salvador, we have a precedent like no other. He is evaluated around the world as one of the best presidents a country has. This president took over a country that was left in ruins, that was left broke by the FMLN, which is the party which Norma Torres used to back, and she used to be very good friends with the ex-president from the FMLN. Okay, now we have a new president which has changed the view of the political entities of El Salvador. We have a president that has gained the respect of the country, of the people that are living in El Salvador and dealing with the life, day-to-day events that happen there. This lady is saying that we are violent, that we are drug traffickers, and that the president is trying to create a dictatorship, trying to become a richer person. But she's not saying the truth. I don't know where she's gathering her information. I believe that she had during her elections, she was running a little behind on her points. And all of a sudden, she had some backing for her political campaign. She had some financial helpers. More exactly, George Soros. If you guys don't know who he is, I think you guys should look him up and find out that he has his hand in about every country in Latin America. He has a lot of the media, newspapers, a lot of channels, which pretty much tend to, I guess, go towards what is his benefit. So it seems to me the lady changed her way of being, and she's maybe paying a gift, you could say, for her elections. You know, let me show you what I'm talking about. This is what's going on. For instance, this is a very crude video that I feel sad that this is happening, or it happened. But it's so sad that she is confusing. Okay, this is what happened. She's saying that these are Salvadorian kids that this is happening to. She says they're from El Salvador. But I guess she doesn't know the difference between El Salvador and Ecuador. I guess they kind of rhyme a little bit. El Salvador, Ecuador. So she figures it's the same thing. But I hope she's not that ignorant. Okay. These are toddlers. This is what's happening in the border. I'm not saying that there's not immigration, that we don't have problems, but she's blaming El Salvador for this problem. Look at the scenes. These are little kids thrown over a fence. She was saying that they were Salvadoreños, which they're not. They're from Ecuador. So for one, she has to get that fact straight. You know, she's trying to blame, saying that a president is not is creating a bad society or a bad atmosphere to live in. But if you guys know or pay attention to things that are going on in the countries or around the world, let me show you this stat right here. Okay, this is the stats of entrance at the South United States border. Okay, these are different nationalities. Okay, let me start by 54% of the people entering. Let me take myself out of this. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see this. No, it's a little blurry, but here we go anyways. Mexico is at 54% of the people that are coming through the borders. Okay. Then it's Honduras at 14%. Guatemala at 16%. And El Salvador has reduced, and it's lowered, and it's the lowest at 4.96%. Okay. And now if you see it here in this pie wheel, we have 54%, which is Mexican, 5% Salvadorian, Guatemalan, Honduras is 50%, and you got 10% of other nationalities. Okay, so El Salvador has lowered the amount of people that are showing up at the border. Okay, so this lady does not know what she's talking about. She just believes and says whatever George Soros tells her to say. Okay, I believe the family of Oscar and Valeria deserve a lot more than being used like this. It is shameful that the Congresswoman uses this image to prove points for her advantage. Clearly, your agenda is to discredit this country's government, but no one really cares what you say. Okay, um, as you guys could listen to our people, nobody's happy with what she's talking about, what she's saying. Nobody agrees with her. People are not no longer immigrating from El Salvador. She should not be putting us in the northern triangle of Central America, including everybody, saying that we're drug dealers or cartels or the country is trying to be under a dictatorship. Let's see what this says over here. Let me read it. Uh, you do realize. Let's see. Let me write what she says first. Um, Let me tell you again. This is the results of a dictatorship plus personal interest, while your people escape by the thousands and die by the hundreds. Send me send me new glasses. I want to see the suffering in your eyes. I don't know what she means by that. Or, I have no idea what she was trying to say, but it doesn't sound quite that nice. And then the president that's here says, do you realize, let's see, it went down. Do you realize that the horrible picture you are using now, after ridiculously using the tragedy of two Ecuadorian children to attack us, are from Oscar and Valeria, two Salvadorians who fled spring 2019 during the Sanchez Seren government, the FML leader you supported. Maybe she doesn't know that when those pictures were taken. Okay, there's something new, something old, very old. It's from 2019, before the president took power. She should go to El Salvador and ask the poorest people, ask the middle class, what's going on? What is going on? Who is the president? The president says here, I'll send you the pair of glasses so maybe you can read the dates. Oscar and Valeria fled in spring of 2019 during the government of Sanchez Seren. Aside from using tragedies twice to attack us, is pathetic. Norma Torres, if you see this, you are pathetic for doing this. There is no excuse for using the tragedy of people, the death of little kids, to try to make a point. Okay. Now, over here we have a tweet from Walter Aleman, who's telling us, giving us information of where we can go and put a complaint. Name of affiliated organization, telephone number. What is the option? This is to help constituents that are hard of hearing or use video phone. Okay. I hope. Espero que todos mis hermanos salvadoreños, mexicanos, hondureños, guatemaltecos, dominicanos, venezolanos y todos los latinoamericanos del Distrito 35 de California no voten por Norma Torres. No trabaja para ustedes, sino para mantener a nuestros países en el subdesarrollo. Ok. Ernesto Castro. Esta señora utiliza imágenes descontextualizadas, manipuladas, disforma, miente, ha caído bajo. This lady utilizes images out of context, manipulative, disinforming, lies. She has fallen very low. La migración irregular es ciertamente un problema que debemos tratar de raíz, pero no con argumentos como lo de ella, más propios de una activista que de una política de altura. The irregular migration is certainly a problem that should be treated from the root, but not with argumentations from like the ones from this lady. More like the activist of a higher political stature. Okay, let's see what else people wrote. Here's one in English. Look, I didn't think I had seen anything like this in my life. The U.S. politics are really on the decline. She's a Democrat, but acts like the most corrupt politician that ever existed, while Mr. President Nayib Bukele acts like the people's leader. This is astonishing, to say the least. Okay, so people, please understand that this lady is not being informed, or where she's gathering her information is from these bought newspapers that are expected or that are ordered to write certain things to benefit certain people. They are not partial to anybody. They are not a neutral newspaper. They all have a purpose. They have a boss who they work for. His name is George Soros, who financed Norma Torres' political campaign. Is this a favor she's paying back? Has she been bought? Does she no longer work for the people, but works for George? Tell me, what is the problem? What's going on with this lady that she doesn't understand it? That the people from El Salvador are happy now. The people from El Salvador are enjoying the new government, which is changing things. There was a pandemic, which he has handled with the utmost capability. If you guys look and see, he was the first one to do anything. All the countries are following the lead, but they've fallen late. He was ahead of his time. People would not listen. And if the previous Congress of El Salvador would have backed him up, he would have saved hundreds of lives. Okay, the thing would be so much easier in El Salvador. They will not help him out with the budget, but they are leaving in May 1st. That problem is going to be over for El Salvador. But we cannot have people from other countries, from especially United States, which is a humanitarian country, start to create lies and work for other people's interest. Okay, you have to be respectful to other people. You cannot gain a political you can't gain a political advantage or get known on the death of little kids. This is her with the previous president. Congresswoman Norma Torres mistakes Ecuador for El Salvador. Exactly. She doesn't know what she's talking about, so I don't know how reliable her information is or how reliable she is. For instance, this video here, let's see it. I want to go big. Well, it's not working. But on this video, she's telling the president that the kids being detained in Florida are thanking him for his for trying to change the conditions of El Salvador. But this was in 2019. Okay. After that, she changed her mind. And she says now El Salvador is one of the 3 countries in the Northern Triangle. Come on. You cannot put all your eggs in one basket. You can't say that about El Salvador. Okay. So, Ms. Torres, Mrs. Torres, Norma Torres, I call upon you to reflect upon what you're doing. El Salvador people, Latin America is looking at you. You're representing us, the Latinos, the Latino community in the United States. And if you are going to be against us instead of helping us, just because somebody, I hope not, I hope you're not getting paid off for something, please do your research. Visit the countries before you start claiming or before you start saying their names in public and accusing people, accusing countries of things that they are not responsible for. I call upon you to visit El Salvador. Go to the poor side, to the poor cities, neighborhoods, and ask what's going on. Has things changed? The death rate has gone down. Wow, I think there's more death now by accidents, car accidents, than a violent death before. The Maras are no longer in charge. Have you read or have you found out how he's handling this? And this is with no money, because the previous Congress would not help him out because they were part of your team, the Soros team, in case you didn't know. But anyways, I leave this transmission here, and once again, I call upon you, Norma Torres, to please watch what you say about any country. It is a very delicate thing. It is very delicate thing to play with people's deaths, especially little kids. You cannot try to make a gain out of a tragedy. Please don't do that again. Okay? Please ask the people, what is their idea of the president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele? What we are expecting, what he's giving, how he's handling the country, and you will be amazed. Everybody in the world is amazed by what's going on. Remember, he's been rated number 1 in the world. His popularity. His political party won by I think there was they won 56 congressmen out of 84. The country, the people, they like what he's doing, and they want to back him up with everything he can. We could help with. So don't take that for granted. If the people, the majority of people, love the president, and he's doing things that we never seen, we never had. He made a hospital in the middle of the pandemic, not just tent hospitals like they did in the United States and around the world. He made a world-class hospital during the pandemic. He gave people money before the United States did. He gave people food before the United States did. I'm not saying the United States is bad, but what I'm saying is you have to look before you start pointing fingers. Okay? You have to understand what the people like and what the people want. Okay? That's what El Salvador is. It's a lot of hard-working people. A lot of proud people. Okay? So please, Norma, I would like you to apologize to our country for calling us those names. And I'd like you to apologize to the families of those that you have brought the tragedy of their families into a political scene. Okay? And with these words, I leave you guys, and I hope things change, and I hope you change because you are representing the Latinos in the United States. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I see you in the next one. ¿Verdad? Bueno, señores, vamos a regresar. Aquí que se me olvidó ponerme yo otra vez para que me miren, aunque no creo que me quieran ver, pero aquí estamos. Señores y señoras, disculpen que tuve que hablar en inglés, pero espero yo que esto le llegue a la gente anglosajona y se den cuenta de lo que está ocurriendo, ¿verdad? Esta señora pues ha hecho muchas cosas o ha dicho tantas cosas contra El Salvador y la forma de ser de ella que no me parecen a mí. Como le digo yo, Norma Torres, tú eres una latina que nos está representando en los Estados Unidos a todos los latinos, y en vez de trabajar para ayudarnos, nos estás haciendo estorbo, nos estás empujando hablando mal de nosotros, de nuestro país. El salvadoreño es una persona que tiene mucho orgullo y la persona muy trabajadora, y el salvadoreño es una persona muy grande, poderosa en su forma de pensar y ser. ¿Okay? Estamos evolucionando y ahora esta persona nos quiere venir a quitar el presidente. Bueno, no a quitarlo, pero a manchar su imagen. Y todo, ¿por qué? Porque ella es parte de un grupo o de... No sé, espero que no sea así, que ella esté trabajando para este señor Jorge Soros, ¿verdad? Que le financió su campaña política, porque ella no andaba muy bien. Ahora, pues ella como que se informa de El Gato Encerrado, El Faro, Factum y todos esos periódicos que le pertenecen a él y que no son neutrales, solo escriben cosas que van contra el gobierno actual, ¿verdad? Pero yo no los veo pronunciándose contra las cosas que están ocurriendo en El Salvador, el abuso a las mujeres. Incluso la abusaron a una mujer de un propio periódico de ellos, que se quedaron calladitos, no hicieron la bulla, ¿verdad? Entonces no me pareció, como les digo, de que esta mujer esté hablando que El Salvador es parte del Triángulo Norte. Sí somos parte del Triángulo Norte, pero no en esa capacidad de narcotraficantes o que estamos bajo una dictadura. Porque si esa es una dictadura, pues qué linda dictadura y que siga adelante, ¿verdad? No me gustó de que ella saque raja política de las muertes de unos niños salvadoreños. Eso no se hace, ¿verdad? No sé qué mentalidad, no sé qué corazón tenga esta mujer, pero eso no se hace. Sea lo que sea, no se saca raja política de la muerte de unos niños, ¿verdad? Vamos a leer lo que dice aquí. Estamos a Wichito 503, I no speak English. Pues sí, pero estoy yendo a la escuela, ya va a aprender, Wichito. El viejo 77, te escribo buen Twitter. Ahí están hablando con Wichito. Wichito, ya peinarte todo. No, Gustavo Miranda, saludos Alex, saludos, ¿cómo estamos? Saludos desde Chicago, Pel Vázquez, José Miranda, jaja, esta señora está loca, brother. Sí, está muy loca. Ángel Blogs, José Miranda, saludos, esta maitra le falta un tornillo. Para eso, ojalá que la gente del distrito 35 lo saque y no vote por ella, ¿verdad? Vamos a pasar acá, ¿no? Ahora sí. Está muy mejor. Disculpen que no le había puesto la cámara, pero ya regresé, ¿verdad? Para asustarlos. Saludos a todos. El viejo 77, Carlos Bernal, esa vieja no se cansa. Ana Ortiz, el presidente Nayib está poniendo bien claro que no fue la administración, que fue la de Sánchez Serén el nuevo, pero la muñeca de pollo ya no está cuerda de su mente, exacto, ¿no? Pues eso fue todo durante el reinado de la momia de Egipto, ¿verdad? Pero eso ya pasó. Pero ella debería de ir a El Salvador y informarse, no de la prensa o el diario de hoy o de Factum o el gato encerrado o esos periódicos, si se pueden llamar así. Preferible que venga o que mande gente a las comunidades, a que vean los cubos, a que vean los hospitales, a que vean las carreteras, a que vean cómo están vacunando, ¿verdad? Eso debería de hacer esta gente. Y de echar saludos, Luis Melgar, jaja, yo también hablo inglés, pero no lo entiendo en español, jaja. Pero, saludos José Miranda y dale Chávez, Luis Melgar, hola, 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 Alex, todos saben. Aquí están, vamos a darle a Luis Melgar, no tiene llave, pero lo vamos a hacer un moderador. Bienvenido a mi canal, suscríbanse por favor, dejen sus likes para que más gente lo vea. Saludos Ángela, saludos a toda la gente, estamos aquí, buenos trabajos, ahí bicho. José Miranda, típico player, Alex, good job brother, thank you, player. ¿Quién más anda por acá? En esa música está por una buena plática. Bicha Power, gracias, típico player. La bicha no tiene llave, le vamos a dar una llave a la bicha también. Ok, ¿quién más dice aquí? Saluditos, el viejo dice, eso pienso yo. Bueno, señores, les agradezco mucho por haberme acompañado. Como les digo, esto era más para hacerlo en inglés, para que llegase a tal vez la gente más anglosajona, los gringos, los que no saben nada que está pasando en El Salvador, que esos que no saben ni dónde queda El Salvador, eso que todavía confunden Ecuador con El Salvador. A esas personas les estamos haciendo este video, ¿verdad? Pero les agradezco el apoyo que me dan. Sandra Ramírez, saludos, ¿cómo están? Bendiciones, gusto tenerla aquí con nosotros en este día. Por favor, dejen sus likes y suscríbanse y compartan este video para que se viralice. ¿Así es? No, ¿verdad? Bueno, de todos modos, hagan eso. Ya saben de lo que les estoy hablando, ¿verdad? Para que la gente lo escuche, se den cuenta y miren lo que está pasando aquí en este país y lo que esta mujer está diciendo, ¿verdad? Porque también tenemos los hermanos de Guatemala, los hermanos de Honduras, que no, yo sé que ellos también no se sienten bien de las cosas que ella dice, ¿verdad? Aunque el presidente de ellos sí dejó mucho que pensar, ¿verdad? El hermano de él también. La verdad es la verdad. Y por eso es que enoja lo que la mujer andaba diciendo, porque no es verdad. ¿Verdad? No puede confundir a toda la gente y generalizar a todo Centroamérica o a toda Latinoamérica, especialmente ella siendo centroamericana. Come on. You're from Guatemala. You should be putting more effort into your information. You should go there and see what the truth is. Don't read your boss's George's newspapers and articles which have been instructed to be written in a favor of one particular person or party. Okay? No anden leyendo esos periódicos ustedes, por favor. Buenas noches a todos los del chat y bendiciones. Bueno, señores, hoy sí ya los dejo. Ya les hablé mucho. Les agradezco su tiempo y por favor compartan este video para que llegue a los oídos de esta mujer.